Well, top of the morning to you all. Rain come down pretty hard yesterday, and every time I go to put the camera out, I need to make some sort of I don't know, an umbrella or something to protect the camera and that there, the phone, from getting all soaking wet and that there. And I don't want to ruin the camera, but anyways, so I had a couple friends, Chris and Shayla. They came by yesterday, and they said, "Hey, Wiggy, how's it going?" They actually they're living off grid just over yonder. But anyways, so yeah, they came over and they said, "Anything you can do to help?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, you know what? I'm about to square off and put all my my plates down." So these are the plates. So now this is where all my 8x8s are going to all stand up. And as you can see, everything's lining up just beautifully. So that's really good. Listening to all the birds. And Kai eating grass. Get out of there. Don't eat grass. Come here. And you're, well, why are you laying in the grass? That's, if all the places the mosquitoes are going to be right now, they're in the grass. Come on over here, baby. Hello. Hello. There you go. That's it. Go in the grass. Get all the mosquitoes all over you. And then bring them over to Daddy. Yes. Now, I didn't have one mosquito on me. Now I got 19 of them swarming me. Thanks a lot. I know. I called you. Thank you. So anyways, so just a few little game plans that I'm trying to sort out in my head here. Exactly how I'm going to be doing all this. Things change, right? You know, as you're going along and you start seeing it going up, and you start thinking, oh wait, maybe I could do that, or maybe I could do this. And so that's happening. So yeah, so I'm going to figure out a way to start standing these up. It's going to be difficult. 16-foot 8x8s. So yeah, I got to figure that out. Yeah, still thinking. You're always configuring as you're going along. If you're not configuring, you're doing something wrong. Or you've built 1,000 houses in your time, and you just keep repeating the same thing over and over, and you're always doing the same thing, and you always improve, obviously, not there, but I definitely haven't built 1,000. I've assisted on a few builds of other people's, and so yeah, so now I'm doing it on my own. And when I say on my own, like, you know what I mean, as much as I can do on my own anyways. Having an extra hand is always helpful, but you know, work doesn't stop because you don't have a hand. You got to keep on moving forward. If I had to wait for people to show up, then I wouldn't be where I am right now. So yeah, so you just don't bother asking people, and you just kind of keep moving forward, and when they show up, that's a bonus. Like yesterday, Chris and Shayla showed up, and you know, and they got lots of things to do out on their own property, but they decided to take a walk in. Yeah. Then obviously the thunder and the lightning and the storm clouds, they came in, and it was just, I'll tell you, the skies were talking to us, that's for sure. So yeah. So, but we did get this completely all squared off. So it's 40 feet from outside to outside, and 32 feet from inside to inside. Or yeah, 30, well no, not 32 feet, I'm sorry, 30 feet 4 inches, so 30 feet 8 inches. I'll have to I got all the measurements all written down because my centers are 30 feet from center to center for this way here. So yeah, 16-foot beams is going to be a heck of a task. So I'm going to do some configuring. These are where my 8x8, 8-inch by 8-inch timber are going to be standing straight up, 16 feet high. Then I got the four bolts. So I'll drill through them, bolt them, and yeah, it'll be strong. And then down here, same thing, 4 bolts, actually bolting it down to the main foundation beams. Here, I'll grab one to show you. I just got it sideways for your viewing so you can see the holes. So these 4 bolts, these 4 holes, I'll be putting bolts right through, clamping this bracket to the 6x12s. And then the 4 bolts that are this way are gonna clamp the actual 8-foot timber standing up, keep them perpendicular. So right around this area-ish here, I'm gonna go across in between each one, which is 88 inches from the inside of this post to the inside of this post, and that's where I'm going to be putting all the for the actual subfloor itself. That's where all my floors will be connected to all those main. Then obviously I'll go 8 feet with the same thing, and then right across at the 16-foot height, and that's where my trusses will come down to at 16 feet. Then obviously they go up to get a 45 degree. It's around 15 feet. So yeah. So essentially I'll have 30, 31, 32 feet high. She's up there. Well, plus the 30 inches, so it's actually the height from the ground is going to be another 4 feet. I think it's 52 inches or whatever. Yeah, so 52 inches is right there. So let's just say another 48 inches on top of it. So we'll be about 35 feet high to the very top of my peak. Wow. But it's only 4 feet high right now. So we got another 31 feet to go. So anyways, so I got these all positioned exactly perfectly square, perfectly. So from the outside of this post to the outside of the far post is there exactly 40 feet. Then the outside of this post to the outside of that post is 368 inches and 3/4, which is pretty much 30 feet, 8 inches, 3/4 from outside to outside. And that's just because of center to center, it's actually 30 feet. But because of the 8-foot beam itself that I'm putting in there, you're going to have 4 inches more this way, 4 inches more on the outside of that one, and hence why I got the 8 inches extra. Yeah. So that being said, I got to start figuring out how I'm going to stand them up. I got to bolt these all down now. I got to drill through them, get these all locked in position because they're perfectly square. Perfectly. I think from this end to that end, and from that end to the far end over there, I'm only a 1/16 off and I can gain that 16 by bringing in the one just slightly. But I'll see by measuring each one going across. I just did the outside ones, but it's, as you can see, it's straight right down the middle. There's no wavering there. So yeah, these are beautiful beams. They really are. So another thing is I'm thinking to myself, I have a big planer. On my sawmill, I have a planer, as well as I bought a 12-inch wide hand planer. So I'm thinking of planing 3 sides of my 8x8s just to make them nice and smooth, and maybe staining them and then throw them up, or do I stain them later? Just staining up when they're all the way up makes it a little tougher. But I get the cabin up and I can always stain once it's up, kind of a thing. But the staining of the wood slows down the shrinking rate, which is advantageous. Yeah, because the moisture can't be released as quick once you stain it, kind of a thing, which is good because it's a slow, rather than it going really, really fast, and it's checking, and then you get cracks. You can't really, you see a couple little cracks here. Well, it minimizes those cracks because it actually starts shrinking, drying out at a proper rate when you do have the actual stain on it. Says science. So you got to use science. When there's science out there, if you don't use the science, then what do we got? So I did notice a couple sawdust coming up out of a couple holes that are in here, and that was overnight. So got some larvae in there, or spruce beetles, or something. I have no clue, but I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, we don't have termites here or nothing like that. Not in my area anyways, not in Canada. So yeah, but we got these tiny little sand flies that you can just barely see them. And they make your life miserable when they land all over your legs and everything else. Hence, I got the old Great Outdoors. And it says, for adults only. Gets rid of black flies, biting midges, deer flies, stable flies, ticks, and chiggers. I don't know what a chigger is. No. It's a Canadian, it's made in Canada, this stuff. It's got 25% DEET. Normally, I don't like to use fly dope with DEET, but they're just, the flies are so bad out here that, you know, you cave. You have to. It's they'll own you. You know, like how much netting can you put on, and then, you know, then you're not getting the breeze, and we got a nice breeze. You can see, well, believe me, there is a breeze. You can see a little bit of the trees here, the white pine here wavering a bit. So yeah. But anyway, so I gotta start drilling these things, locking them down. I'm excited. All right, so what we got here is I had a spacer problem. So we got a whole bucket. We have 102 of these spacers here, and they're gonna fit here on the end of the bolt.
Right here.
Because the bolts are too long, and now we can tighten those down onto the actual main beams itself. So what I went out and I did is I bought this 3/4, I bought 2 lengths, two 10-footers of, or two 20-footers of 3/4-inch steel. And we cut a shitload of them. Over here at Tom's, on this cut-off saw, we made a little jig here. And we just smashed right through it. So now, no more problems.
But now we got 104.
102.
100, no, but these two weren't counted.
Well, where were the other two?
Right here.
Really?
Yeah. So you can add another two.
So we got 104 that we cut.
Yeah, I like having
And I wanted to stop at 100.
That was good. You gotta have a sense of humor on the video.
That's pretty funny.
Is that what you drove here, Hunter?
So what I'm dealing with here is, because of the welds on the inside of my plates I made, just not sitting down flush. So I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna try this out for the first time. It's a wood, we'll call it the wood grater. See how it works anyways. I'm just gonna do the edges just slightly right where those are. See how those work out. So I've already penciled in where they're touching. So just give the edges just a quick little thing, and we'll see how that gives us. Wow, nice. And I'm sure I could probably use a draw knife just to kind of cut that off, but I wanted to try out my new disc. Let's see how it works. Nice and flat, look at that. Just like that. Perfect. So now, nice and flat here. Kind of just so you can see right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll try to zoom in on it a bit. So you can see just enough to and now I'm just going to pull this back again. It's hard because I got the sun behind me and I can't see the screen where I'm pointing it at, so just a little back further so I can get at least two of those in the shot. Right on. Let's do this. All right. Well, I'll try this out, I guess. This one here. See. I can get through the other side and make a connection here. Rooting on it. I think that might have worked. Well, let's see. Now with these spacers that I have as well too, that I made. So we'll put this on first. Sorry about that. The actual first video of me doing that was it got taken away. So I bolted this one already. Camera over, the sun hitting down on the camera overheated it. So I need to do that umbrella thing that I was talking about. So anyways, so what I'm doing is I got lines on both sides of these. It's been squared right out. All brackets are perfectly square, perfectly flush on the runs and everything. So now I got to bolt them down. Problem is there's a little bit of a gap here where it goes to sit down, because on the inside of this, you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, I got those welds. So the welds are riding on the corner. So what I'm doing is I got my nifty little wood grinder here, and I'm just doing the edges nicely. That one had a chip out on that side, so I didn't really have to worry about that too much, but this thing works really well. Really does. I could just probably shave it off, but now she sits nice and flush right down. Perfect. Yay! To try to drill exactly perfectly through from one to the next at the bottom, merely impossible. So I drill in, and then I come from this side, drill it, holes will line up, I can drive a bolt through. Washer. Washer. Put my little spacers on.